Hey there folks, welcome back to Let's Play Nioh. I'm the Mysterious JG. So, some time has passed since the last time I recorded the game. I was getting pretty frustrated at the end of that last session. Been about a week, because basically I I have a work week. I don't do that much LPing during the work week usually. But I did have a couple of bouts where I was able to get on and play for a bit. So I just tried to get a few. I tried to level up within the level because, frankly, I hadn't really been making any progress with Amrita because I kept falling into water. And indeed, that happened quite a few times while playing off screen as well. I'm back. Oh, and thank you to whoever it was. I really should know. I should have figured this out before I started recording. But somebody in the comments finally told me how to freaking pause the game, and that is such a help. Anyway, I don't seem to be able to pull up my comments right now, so... yeah, but I've leveled up a handful of times, and I actually came back to the beginning of the level. Because the other thing I did, and I'm not proud of this and don't intend to do it too often, but I went ahead and looked up some information on the level and found out that, in fact, we do need to hit torches. We already hit one torch, but we need to hit multiple torches. And we'd already passed one without hitting it. So I did want to backtrack and hit the torch that we missed, and then there's one more torch we have yet to find. And also, not so much from online secrets. You remember how I was figuring that maybe fire was a big deal because this lady gave us fire scrolls? Well, I found out by throwing these little fire bombs at the regular enemies that, in fact, those stupid water enemy guys that pop out, yeah, they die really fast to fire. So I'm thinking the boss is also going to be weak against fire. In my off-screening, I was using dual blade. It was resonating. Because it's the last weapon type where I need to kill a whole bunch of human enemies to get a title out of it. But now we can go back to big, scary monster axes. And I think Kabuto War Axe with its 241 attack boost is the best axe that we've got right now. If I had something that did fire damage, that would be good, but I don't know that I've got anything that does fire. Thinking these things are strong against water. Yeah, but a fiery axe would be pretty cool. Instead, I'm just going to stick with this because what's going to happen is I won't be using any other weapons. That's pretty much it. So this thing boosts... Wait, why am I equipped with this? Because it has Kodama Sense, probably. Oh, I did find another Kodama in my off-screening, too. I'll show you where that was. And something that does thrown weapon damage, recurrent damage dealt. Probably look for something that does fire damage. Now that I'm pretty sure these things hate fire. Versus fire... Never mind. Fire charms make you resistant to fire, which is not going to be that big a deal. Also, one of my regulars pointed out that you can dash through boxes. That's handy. Oh, and somebody insisted that I try out the axe skills. So I was trying this off screen, but it's been leading me to more trouble than it's worth. Sometimes you can really just crush an enemy before it even gets in an attack on you. But a lot of the time I just end up taking hits while spinning around and trading a lot of hits, which is not usually very wise. But it does, it seems like it would have its uses, and I've already seen at least one YouTube video where somebody used a whole bunch of really, specialized gear to reduce key usage to the point where you can do that spinning attack for 2 minutes straight at speed and be really difficult to damage. Now, we're online. Last time I was playing, we were offline. I was online fighting lots of revenants to get glory. But I'm not going to do that now. I'm actually going to ignore them. And I've always said that when I'm offline and some revenants show up, I feel like they're a regular part of the level that I should full clear. But now that we are online, I actually can't tell which ones are and are not part of the regular level. So that's kind of a blessing. I feel... I just love having the little enemy head sitting there. And that disappeared before our eyes. I feel justified not fighting anybody. Or fighting those revenants. So, right off the bat here, as we move this way deeper into the level, I didn't notice that if you turn back, you can back... It's not a backtrack, but as you come this way, this is the direction we went in before. But if you cut over to the right, there is a little path. I should have noticed it because there's an actual... Oh, wait, we actually missed some loots over here from the boxes. Probably nothing major, but... Yeah, an arrow. Whoopty shit. Actually really low on rifle and cannon ammo because I was also using those to kill enemies to try to gradually work on getting some perks. But yeah, there's a little path here that we can take. And there's an actual corpse with Amarita that should have been an indication to me that we should go this way, but somehow I didn't notice it. And it's a big hint as to the fact that you're supposed to light all the bonfires in the level. So, not noticing this, and I'm sure by now, none of the videos for this level are public yet as I record this, but people are probably screaming in the comments that I need to be going back and getting these torches. And I would say I figured it out on my own, but I guess now I just admitted I did look at some information on the level that told me that there were 3 and that I needed to find them, so I guess I didn't do it all by myself after all. Meantime, I no longer really get anything for killing enemies with longbows, because at this point I've got all the titles you can get just for killing a certain quantity of enemies with longbows. But my path will be a bit shorter if I don't loop all the way back over there. And if I don't kill that guy, he will be in my way later. Or as I cross over, he'll be shooting at me. And I'll probably make my way over there just so that I'll feel like I didn't miss anything, but I do not know how one goes. I guess if I was moving really slow, I probably could have snuck up on him. And actually, now that I think about it, I haven't been playing with the axe that much in my off-screening, so oddly enough, I've been playing, but I might be slightly out of practice with my normal weapon. So, if it makes sense to say this at all, I'll point out that the enemies that I can easily defeat without the help of that spinning technique are also the enemies that I can consistently beat with the spinning technique without getting into more trouble than it's worth. So, I guess that makes sense. Those gel guys, it seems like it's pretty worthless against them. The big yokai guys, it's kind of dangerous to use against them. It's also kind of dangerous to use against Rev and stuff. Oh, jeez, I just totally forgot you were here. So I took a big old hit I certainly didn't need to take from you. Oh, I actually need to switch. I switched over to, I have switched over to the, Amarita increasing thing. Damn it. Because I forgot how big of a pain in the butt it's going to be to deal with this guy since I had been coming from the other direction so much. I know I got a gel guy following me. It's whatever. It is what it is. Deal with him. I need to not follow my death. And that gel guy is still waiting for me. Whatever. Alright, let me reset myself a bit by getting to this other Kadama shrine. Because while I made my way back to the beginning of the level knowing we'd need to get that torch, and did quite a bit of off-screening from over there once I realized that was the place to be. I started off trying to off-screen a bit and find like little, loops to run from this starting point and kind of know which enemies to take out to have a simple path. wonder if those torches make a difference in the level or only against the boss. Either way, there's a guy over there we don't need to fight, so I'm not going to fight him. The Kadama that I found. Oh, let me showcase another guy who's usually fairly easy to beat. But the Kadama is right there. You see, if I drop down to that path, he's right there under the boat. And there's actually a Kadama that I've found that I can't quite get to. I'm thinking, based on the fact that there was a door back out here that only opens from one side, and now the fact that if you see, oh, I can't see him now. I saw him before. Yeah, there it is. Check it out. There's a Kadama over there on the other side of this boat. So there has to be another way to get on the roof that we haven't found yet. And I'm thinking probably the ladder that takes us up there will become visible. The farthest progress we made was I ran into a yokai and just crashed into the water while trying to evade its attacks. We can avoid that fate. Yeah. They'll only follow you so far. I'm not afraid to use arrows against the guys who are going to be... Oh, that guy's going to pop up and attack me when I get close, isn't he? No. What the hell? Swing around, weirdo. Alright. That almost didn't go well. I almost took a hit in that. You can see how it's kind of... It can be useful, but it can also be kind of dangerous. Now, I think I'll just ignore... Yeah, it looks like he just dropped some money. It's nothing major. So I'm just going to come through this way. I ignore the Revenant. Can't tell if it was a permanent, evil permanent Revenant or what. Got some rifle ammo that I could use eventually. There's a treasure chest we didn't see before. Shinobi box. And this guy killed us before. So I probably got really overconfident, having generally been fairly good against these guys. And I just dodged right into some water. Got him that time, and it feels pretty good because I've been waiting actually better part of a week to get revenge on this jerk. And he was the last enemy before Kadama Shrine. Well, of course he was. Well, unless my eyes deceive me, I think we found our path to the roof that I was talking about before. And then, although I haven't been paying that much attention to what my Kadama sense says, I really should be, because it would be lovely to full clear all the Kadamas around here. Found an elixir that I did not need at this point. Yeah, there's just some bad stuff going on around here. Well, there's bad stuff going around just in this world in general. Almost ran right into some water. That wouldn't have been good. Now I'm just abusing my power to run right through boxes. Even though we haven't killed that many enemies, let's go ahead and... well, we've killed some, so I probably should be really carefully thinking about whether or not I want to... reset them, but we will go ahead and give ourselves a new continuation point because, don't want to get cocky, I'm doing a lot of death by falling into the water. Not that often have I died in this level. Very rarely, even in my off-screening, have I dying from taking damage from enemies. I keep getting killed by falling into water. Okay, so we have another... I don't think that takes us into an area that we haven't already been to. Well, let's climb down and see if there's what there is to see, but most likely climb back up. Scary. Oh. It's a yokai, but it's a guy who's going to... It's not a one-shot yokai. He will be coming back. So getting rid of him isn't going to be giving us a permanent advantage of any kind. Okay. Now... Is this a path I'm supposed to be able to walk? That looks really treacherous. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to walk that. Oh, but there is a... there's a torch over here. Now, I know we haven't fully explored the zone, but it looks like this is the last of the torches we have to do. I wonder if we'll get some kind of message to indicate that. I know that there's only 3, but I only know that because I finally caved in and cheated a bit. Oh. Well, maybe there is more than 3, but the game doesn't really give us much of a strong indication that we're done with the torches. But I think we're done. Over there is the zone where we fought the boss. Sure is tempting to drop down there. Let's do it. We might hate ourselves in the morning, but... Doesn't look like there was any place else we were getting from that roof anyway. So this will take us back to where we fought the boss. I doubt it works this way, but it would be kind of neat if those torches mean that we no longer encounter regular enemies. I don't want to dash slide around here because I don't want to go flying off the edge of what's considered safe. Okay, that felt dangerous somehow. Oh, I remember you. Yeah, whatever, you can't get up here. Okay, so that I know where that takes us back to, and I don't particularly want to go there, so let's keep going this way and see if we can... Alright, I guess we do have to go that way to get back to that ladder that we thought we found. I'm not gonna bother with you unless you force me to. Let's test how long those guys will chase you. I don't think they're man keys and that they'll chase you forever. And here's a bunch of enemies that I've already killed, and now I'll have to kill them again because I wanted to hit that shrine. But you know what? It's okay. I feel like if I hadn't hit the shrine, we would have paid for it somehow. And we can afford a few arrows, even if I accidentally launched a more powerful arrow than I meant to last time. See, that spinning attack is good against enemies that don't block. And the skeleton guys, well, they block, but when they're faced with that spinny attack, they don't seem to block for some reason. Anyway, let's creep up here. It's like King's Quest styles all of a sudden. Being real careful on stairs and ladders and other things that you would not think would be the most challenging part of your adventure. Hey, it's one of the big fellas. It would be lovely if I could find a way to sneak up on him. Damn. Okay, that's not gonna work. At least I was prevented from going all the way off the edge. So I took a hit there. Let's take an elixir, just to be on the safe side and keep an eye out for more. There's a fan. You might be an elixir. You're a stone. I found a stone. Will that make me happy? No, it won't. Signpost talisman and Kayaku Dama. Okay, you may or may not be a revenant that would have been here with or without the multiplayer, but as I said, I finally now have the courage to not fight every one of those guys. Because you can make a fortune off of whatever this is. It's often a really bad idea to fight those guys. But now that I'm in the online, now that I'm online, I know that a whole bunch of them are probably not normally placed there, and for some reason I'm okay with not fighting those. I guess I could switch to hand cannon, but I wonder if this guy can even get to where I'm going to be at. You surely can. Knocked him off the edge there, felt like. Now I'm back up to full elixir stock. Don't fall down there, JG. That's not going to help you at all. Unless that's how you get that Kadama. And, it might be how you get that Kadama, but I don't think so. I'm thinking getting that Kadama should be a little bit safer, but got a Teku, something. Okay, well this doesn't help me as much as I thought it did. This, I'm still trying to get to these buildings over there. Because if I drop down here, I've been there before. No. And I didn't mean there before as in the water. I meant that pier that I almost hit was not where I wanted to be. Well, shit. And now I'm going to be all the way back over here. So you can see where I am now. Have I been in there? I feel like I've been in there, yeah, because I lit the thing. Yeah, if you can, like, get an attack going before they even spawn, the little spinning axe move is pretty good against those guys. But unless I'm crazy, oh, I guess my spirit animal spawned up on the roof. But this is, I'm pretty sure this is where I fell, like right in there. And the Kodama is, I guess you would have to drop down from above. It's over there somewhere. All right, well, I guess we're going back to the roof. I thought this one ladder that we noticed from up here was like the key to everything we had missed, but it's not going to work out quite that nice for us. I really don't want to fall down here now because I'll lose all that Amarita. Oh, there's another Kodama. Focus on him, for crying out loud. Again, I took a hit, but there's also an elixir to be found, so that was handy. So it all worked out okay. And I found a Kodama that I didn't notice before. I know there's one more at least. I'm pretty sure I wasn't able to see this guy from somewhere else and notice him. Sit here and let you die of poison if that's cool with you, man. Doesn't bother me. I didn't particularly like the idea of trying to do a bunch of dodges and evades up on this spot. Maybe I am supposed to find some kind of way to fall from up here that will lead to the right zone. Because, boy, it sure looks like you land in water if you fall from here, though. Okay, you can't climb up there. That really looks like you land in water if you fall from up there. So I can't quite figure this out. I'm like craning my head in real life as though that's going to help, so. Oh, you're about to find a life, aren't you? Okay, I got a Jumanji spear. Great. Can't quite figure out what some of these buildings are that I've probably already been in before. I don't get it, guys. I'm lost. Tempted to just pull that frickin' video out again that I looked at that showed me where the one path was. I guess I thought once I got up here it would all be kind of clear, but it's not quite working out that way. Can't go that way, you fall to your death. Feel like you... It's all these guys that say they drowned. Yeah, that's because they fell from way up here and didn't land someplace that you were supposed to land. So we continue on over here. I don't see a... That doesn't seem like something that's doable. That sure feels like you're standing on thin air. Yeah, I really don't know where to continue here. Is this where I think it is? Maybe this is somewhere else. No, this is... You know what? Let's drop down here and find out. Ah, never mind. This is where I needed to go. I got disoriented up there. I know that because this Kodama was on the other side of a place we could get to before that had one of those groupie guards. So I guess I kind of figured that was it. But we have never been here before. This is a wall that I was staring through wistfully, trying to figure out how I got to the Kodama. But now we've got it, and I think that's it. I think the rest of the level should become clear at this point. Anyway, I'm going to call it a video. With a little bit of luck, we may be clearing this whole level on the next video. Or we might not, and I might fail utterly. I'm the Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you'll tune in next time for more of Let's Play Nioh. Bye for now.